Today we are embarking on a fun little journey on the Evo 8. I want to try and see if I can retrofit an Evo 10 steering wheel into the car. Now I've already done some of the homework. This is gonna be a little bit more complicated than I would have preferred. And I'm not putting it in for the looks of an Evo 10 steering wheel. I think the Evo 8 steering wheel is better. It's a better fit for the car. I'm solely installing or wanting to install an Evo 10 steering wheel for all of the functions on the wheel. And if I can get it to work properly, then I'll go ahead and have a custom carbon wheel made for the car. But I didn't want to spend all that money and go through all that hassle if I cannot get this to work. So here's what I think we're gonna need to do. Use an Evo 10, of course, steering wheel with an airbag and clock spring. And the main issue was that the splines are completely different, Evo 8 versus Evo 10. So that also is going to have us using the Evo 10 steering column as well. So like I said, it's a little bit more complex than I would have hoped, but I think I can get this to work. I guess we'll see by the end of the video. Again, guys, I don't think, and especially a stock Evo 10 steering wheel isn't gonna look very good in an Evo 8, but as soon as I get this to work properly, I will get a custom one made, and I think it'll be a much better look for the car. Now, the main reason why I wanna do this is for the cruise control, which is all the functions right here. I am running the Haltech Elite 2500 on the car, so if we can get all this to work, that'd be super cool. Of course, all the audio functions would be amazing to get to work as well. And then we have a few additional buttons down here that I'll use for things like rolling anti-lag, rotational idle, and then, I don't know, something else in the future if I ever decide to go down that route. That's for a different day. Today's main goal is to get this in the car with the Evo 10 airbag working properly with the Evo 8 airbag system. There's a lot of intricate details. So this is everything I bought to hopefully get this to work. OEM wheel, an airbag, a clock spring with, of course, the switches, the steering angle sensor, and then of course the steering column itself with the ignition switch, all that good stuff. And just in case, a column cover. I don't think I'm gonna need this, but just in case I do, I have it. We need to go ahead and pull all of this out of the Evo 8. So here's the current setup in the car. I absolutely love the wheel that's in here. AZA wheel, full carbon fiber, nice clean white stitching, and of course the flat bottom. But as you can see, there's no functions on the wheel that we could use for cruise control. So let's start taking this thing apart. We have to pull this off. Of course, the column cover, the airbag, the steering wheel, and then last but not least, the steering column. After we get everything out of the car, we can do a little bit of side-by-side comparisons and figure out exactly what we need to do to get this whole setup to work. And of course, this has never been done before, from what I understand. I would say it's a 50-50 shot as to whether it's gonna work or not. I have all of the Evo 8 parts removed. Trying to do a little side-by-side on the 8 column versus the 10 column. I did a bunch of measurements and some checks. So they are the same length overall, which is good news. Mounting wise, they do mount a little bit different. These two holes right here are the same as those two holes there. But as you can see, this mount right here is severely different than that mount. So we'll have to figure something out there. And then, really importantly, those splines and those splines that go to the rack are the same on both columns. The main difference is right here. Evo 10 splines and threads versus Evo 8. completely different. Now we could have this resplined and rethreaded to match this, but I honestly think it's going to be easier to just retrofit this into the car. My goal is to not modify the car itself whatsoever. If I have to do modifications, I want to do it on the column and not the dash of the car. Before we start modifying the column to get it to fit, let's make sure we can actually make some progress with this. So all of the buttons on the steering wheel connect here, which then run through the clock spring and come out the backside. Now, surprisingly enough, a lot of the connections are the same, Evo 10 to Evo 8. We will have to run the 10 clock spring, but I think we're gonna have to use some of the parts off the Evo 8 assembly and hopefully somehow retrofit them onto the 10 clock spring assembly. Up first is the steering angle sensor, which is located right here. You can see they're completely different, 8 to 10, but it does look like these 3 screws are somewhat in the same location. So let's try to swap the 8 onto the 10 assembly. Imagine it just bolts right up. All right, look at that. The steering angle sensors are completely different, so I'm assuming they output different data, but somehow the Evo 8 steering angle sensor fits on the 10 assembly. It literally just bolts right up. Let's see if we can make some more progress. I'm gonna start plugging this into the car just to make sure the blinkers work, the wipers work, headlights work, all that good stuff. So even though the plugins are the same somehow from 8 to 10, that plugin is identical to that plugin. Unfortunately, it is not activating anything on the car, so I'm gonna try something real quick. Imagine we could just pull off the switches off the 8 and put them on the 10 assembly. Oh boy. You guys just see that? The 8 switches fit the 10 assembly, literally just plug and play. Same connector and somehow the same mounting assembly. So as of right now, we have an Evo 10 clock spring with an Evo 8 steering angle sensor and Evo 8 switches. Now for some odd reason, this plug and this plug are identical to this plug and this plug, which is for the airbag assembly. I think we've made enough progress on this section so far, which is like the electrical wiring side of the swap. I'm gonna move on to fitting up the Evo 10 column into the car. Now I will be using the Evo 8 ignition switch, just so the key remains the same throughout the whole entire car. I can tell just by looking at it, it will be a direct swap, so I'm not gonna worry about that whatsoever. I think the easiest option for getting the 10 column into the 8 is going to be to remove the mounts off both columns and put these mounts onto here. It will be a little bit of work, but I think that's going to be the easiest option, the easiest solution for getting this to fit. Everything is stripped all the way down and we are left with just 2 bare tubes. Now we're going to take all the Evo 8 brackets and mounts and install them onto the Evo 10 tube, hopefully in the perfect position. Quick test fit to make sure everything lines up. Thankfully it does. Let's pull it back out, get it fully welded up. I'm gonna squirt some paint on it and then we can reassemble. The hardest part so far, which of course is the steering column, is now complete. So again, to reiterate, Evo 10 steering column with all Evo 8 brackets. Let's go ahead and get it in the car and move on. So I got the column in, everything is working as it should. Now let's go ahead and install the Evo 8 ignition with the Evo 10/Evo 8 clock spring assembly we got going on here. All right, so all we have left is the steering wheel and the airbag. Everything else is together. Column cover is back on, fits like a factory. Let's go ahead and get everything else on and see if it works. That is super weird. That's a mind trip. An Evo 10 steering wheel in an Evo 8. It feels nice, but it's just weird. Now the big question, is everything gonna work? Of course, these aren't gonna work yet. That's not gonna work yet, and those aren't gonna work yet. But will all the factory controls, and most importantly, the airbag system still function? And well, let's start. It still runs. Airbag light was on and then it went off. Blinker, blinker. It all works. Every single thing works. I am gonna go ahead and plug into the Autel just to make sure it's not throwing any codes. Make sure our steering angle sensor still works. Man, that was easier than I expected. That was interesting. So that install is now complete. I do still need to go through and spend probably a day or two getting everything wired. I need to find out where the signal comes out of the clock spring for all of these, for all of these, and for all of these. Now, of course, I'm not a big fan of an OEM wheel in this car. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if I can get an Evo 10 steering wheel to work in the car properly like it is, then I'll go ahead and get a custom carbon wheel made for the car, which should look a whole lot nicer than a factory Evo 10 wheel. I have seen people talk about trying the swap before on like Facebook groups and the forums. I've never seen someone actually attempt it. Now, being that I have Evo 10s and Evo 8s, I figured I should be the guy to attempt it and see if it works. So all in all, what we used off of an Evo 10 would be the steering wheel, the airbag, the clock spring itself, and the steering column, which we had to modify. Everything else, all the stocks, the blinker, the wiper, the ignition, all that is Evo 8. And for some odd reason, putting an Evo 10 airbag, the steering wheel airbag, in the system with an Evo 8, everything else airbag related, it doesn't throw a code, which of course is good. I can't wait to get all this stuff to work, man. It's gonna be super OEM feeling. And I know this will be probably one of 6 Evo 8s with cruise control, and probably the only one with an OEM cruise control setup. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Nice to know that works, and I'll update you guys when I can go ahead and make some time to get everything wired in properly. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to try this swap for yourself, I hope this video helps you out.